Hello there guys, and welcome back into yet another one with us, the Review Bros, and this one's a bit more of a nostalgic one for myself. It's on the product GRANITE Supplements Pre-Workout, and it's GX Pre-Workout, as you can see right there. Now guys, if you do not know, I think the majority of you will know, this brand is obviously originally a John Meadows brand, and you know what, rest in peace to him. John Meadows was always someone I'd watched growing up in my younger days on YouTube. You know, some of his videos were classics. I'll never forget one of the videos he shot with Evan Centopani, where they did a leg day, and he absolutely brutalised Evan. You know, Evan was throwing up in a bucket. They were doing Bulgarian split squats. It looked nasty. And you know what? John was always one of these people who really pushed on sort of old school classic bodybuilding. He would come out on YouTube with movements that you wouldn't generally see being performed in the gym, but you know what, they did work, and they worked really well. Some of it was really nasty, and we used to speak to John on Instagram before his passing, sadly, about reviewing his products, and he always wanted to get them over to hear us in the UK. There was just a difficulty of doing so. You know, GRANITE supplements here in the UK haven't really taken off. No one really stocks them as of yet. Hopefully things will change in the future. He's primarily obviously where he was born, over in the USA. So it's a nostalgic day for me for this review. You know what? John Meadows is someone everyone respects in the bodybuilding or fitness community. You know what? Someone's still looking after his YouTube channel. So if you can, do go and subscribe to that. He's putting out his classic videos. You know what? Well worth watching. He's a teacher of all, and yeah, you're never going to get another John Meadows, and it's a sad day. It was a sad day on his passing, and it's a sad day now even reviewing his products. You know, it's a shame that he can't see this review. But that with all that being said, you know, rest in peace, John. All the love and respect to you, and respect to the guys still running your company. Now, with that being said, here at Review Bros, we do not have that luxury of being biased. We really do not. So, despite all I've said, despite, you know, the massive respect for John that I've got, we are going to stay 100% honest with this. This is where I've just got to completely black out my mind and pretend that this is just an unnamed brand. I'm purely measuring it on the powder contents inside, the label, the formula, you know, how it actually comes together. All of the usuals, really. Taste, price, label, and effects. You know, we're doing that with an open mind. Good or bad, this review is not biased. Good or bad, still John Meadows is one of the people I'll always respect. Like I say, do check out his YouTube channel. It's a diamond for knowledge. It's a real diamond, so do check it out. With all that being said, guys, please like this video, please subscribe, comment any of your John Meadows thoughts and feelings down below, you know, any of your memories, all of the good stuff, you know. Let's get into this one, okay? So, the first segment is that taste and mixability point. So, it comes in 3 different flavours on the website that I can see. It comes in Tangerine Blast, it comes in Watermelon Candy, but the one we've got today for the sake of this review is indeed the Sour Power, which, to be very fair, I probably would have chosen this one. I'm a fan, personally, of sour things. I can only imagine, guys, if you're not, don't choose this one. Choose one of the others. To be fair, all 3 sound pretty good. I'm not a huge watermelon fan, but when it's watermelon candy, historically talking, I much prefer it. So I can tell you guys, it's quite a big scoop. It's 20 grams serving size, which is above average, I'd say, for a pre-workout by today's standards. Which, actually, when you weigh it out on the scales, which I've done, comes out pretty much a flat scoop, guys. In she goes. Let's see how this one tastes. Obviously, I've used it before today's review. For the sake of the camera, you know the drill. I'm going to pretend it's my first time. All right, let's do this, guys. Sour Power. We do have a little bit of froth in there. Nothing major at all. We've got a bit on the bottom. A bit on the bottom. As you guys know, the bigger the scoops, the more there is to mix, the more water you might need, all the rest of it. I'll say that's probably worse than average, truth. Worse than average, but how does it taste? Sour power going down the hatch. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's got a nice level of sourness, to be honest with you. It's very sweet. I'd say, if I had to put my hands on it, I'd say like a sour blackcurrant flavour, potentially. Maybe a hint of pomegranate. Something like that. I mean, there is lemons, oranges, limes, grapefruit there. You know, I could say that's relatively accurate. One more for good luck. It's not bad. I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. It's actually pretty solid. That's the truth. So, good start to the review. Let's get into the price point. Money talks, guys. How much is this setting you back in this day and age as things get more and more expensive out there? And pre-workouts are no different. As you might or might not know, very recently we've just upgraded our consistent pricing point, which is a scale effectively where a 5 out of 10 is an average price point for a pre-workout. As I say, everything's more expensive, so therefore we just have no choice but to do that because the average pre-workout does cost more by today's standards. And I think this one falls in no different to that criteria, guys. It depends where you get it. Obviously, it's primarily a USA product. We're here in the UK. We got our hands on it, so it's doable. UK guys, it will cost you £41.49 for the tub or the bag. Personally speaking, I don't like these bags because it's just a bit of aggro, especially getting down the bottom, all the nooks and crannies. I just personally prefer tubs. That's really nitpicking. That's very minor in this grand scheme of things. 20 servings per container. USA guys, $49.99. So you can tell already it's quite steep. It'll be £2.07 Great British Sterling. US dollars, it'll be $2.25 per go. It's more pricey than average product. It really is. It comes out at a 3 out of 10 on that scale. So that is what it is. It's more expensive. Is the label and the effects worthy of it being more expensive? Well, that's what we are going to be moving into right now. Let's do this, okay? Okay, label time. What's this thing packing? Because you know what? It's more expensive than average. We're hoping for more than average. And we're getting more than an average size scoop, 20 grams. Label on the screen for you to see it right now. What are we packing in here? And I can start off by straight away by just saying this is a unique label. It's a bit strange to me. That's the honest truth. That's the honest truth. I'll explain why a bit more in a bit more into the review. So vitamins, minerals, carbs, proteins, blah-de, 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 just general bodily function, health, muscular contractions, energy production, all the like. And then we move into the meat and potatoes. We start off with the L-citrulline complex, which I've not seen before. I've not seen it written out like this or formulated like this before. So we're getting pure 4 grams of L-citrulline. Nice. That's the basic minimum daily allowance that we would accept. And then we're getting more from the 2 grams of L-citrulline dimaleate at a 2-to-1 ratio. So I'm not doing the math off the top of my head, but you're getting about another 1.3 grams worth of citrulline. So 5.3 grams worth of citrulline. And then again, the 700 milligrams of the malic acid. So ultimately, that's pretty good because you're getting a good amount of citrulline for pumps, nitric oxide performance. Hopefully we get swelling in the gym. We will hope for that anyway. We'll hope, won't we? We got betaine nitrate at nice 2 grams. Now, betaine nitrate, jack of all trades. Pumps, because nitrates turn directly into nitric oxide within the bloodstream, therefore for increasing vascularity, vasodilation, pumps. But it also comes with a side note of athletic performance and endurance-based benefits. And it's also been shown to have some nootropic and mind focus benefits. We got teacrine, 100 milligrams, which is an energy source. Effectively, guys, it will help you regulate your energy performance throughout the gym. You know, keep you going a bit longer than caffeine alone, which is nice. We do enjoy it. We've got alpha size alpha GPC, 50%, 300 milligrams, which is the minimum I'd accept, I'll be honest. It is the trademark version. Alpha GPC is a good choline type, for nootropic focus. So getting you in the zone effectively, guys, which is what we're hoping. We do have more betaine anhydrous, similar to the betaine nitrate. Obviously, this one's going to help with endurance and athletic performance as well. Pumps, hydration, again, a bit more mind. It's a jack of all trades. We'll take it. That is a lower dose than normal, but obviously, as I mentioned, you got the betaine nitrate earlier on in the formula, so we'll take it. We've got creatine monohydrate at the lower end of the dosing we'd like to see, 3 grams, but we'll take it because that's the lower end of daily clinical dosing. Obviously, we preferred 5 grams, but we're pretty much on the way there, aren't we? We're on the road to getting there. We now have L-taurine at 1 gram, good for energy production, natural energy production, focus, pumps, endurance, a bit of everything really there, guys. We've got lion's mane, 500 milligrams, which I'd say is a good dose. Lion's mane helps with nootropic focus, concentration, clarity, coordination, you know, keeping you in the zone. It'll work well with the alpha GPC mentioned beforehand. We've got huperzine, very similar, but I've missed one, sorry. L-theanine at a 200 milligram dosage, which is quite high. It's actually on a 1-to-1 ratio with the caffeine, which, I'm going to be honest, some people will hate that. I personally don't mind it. Now, L-theanine makes some people sleepy. That's why you'll see it often in sleep aids. But it gives that anti-anxiety, calming effect. It tapers down the jitters that can come with the stimulants. Pushes it along like a nice smooth blanket, a nice little train ride. And it will hopefully help with no crash as well. And it helps with mental capacity. Huperzine, the learning chemical, you know, get you in the zone, focus, all the rest of it. It's quite a focus orientated pre-workout so far. We got caffeine at a lowish dose, 200 milligrams, daily driver amount, guys, couple of cups worth of coffee. Definitely lower than average by today's standards, that's the truth. We have carnosine beta-alanine at half the dose we'd like to have seen, 1800 milligrams. Obviously 3.2 clinical and above, up to 6.4. Very rarely see that high, but 3.2 would have been the nice amount for the itchy tingler feeling, and it helps boost endurance down the line. We have theobromine, 60 milligrams, again a low dose, but nonetheless mood elevation, energy production. It's a mild stimulant, and we wrap off this label with N-acetyl L-tyrosine, 650, which again a bit lower, like 1,000. We'll take it. Amino acid for concentration and cognition yet again. So, a strange label. Couple of things, you know, we've not seen before, that L-citrulline blend like that. One thing that does honestly get on my nerves is the fact that the dosages there are not in order. They should be in descending order, with the biggest product first. So the L-citrulline at 6 grams, then something at 4 grams, 2 grams, no, lower. Whereas this, as you can see, it's all over the place really, which is nitpicking, but that's the truth. Anyway, there's your label. What do you think of it? Drop it in the comments below, but let's get into the effects of this product. Okay guys, we're into the most important part of this and any other review. It's the effects section of this pre-workout by Granite Supplements. It is their GX pre-workout. And as I mentioned at the very start of this review, it's a nostalgic review. It's a happy and a sad review. We're happy to get this product reviewed, but sad obviously because of the legacy of John Meadows. Now, he was someone I watched early days, you know what, all the love, respect and admiration for everything John Meadows stood for. And with that being said, we are still treating this like any other review. We're going to be 100% honest here, completely unbiased. You know, like I mentioned, John Meadows, fantastic. Now we're going to break down this product. Now, talking historically, guys, when it concerns bodybuilder and influencer-made pre-workouts, historically talking, 5, 10, 15 years ago, generally speaking, they were very poor. And in fact, they just used their name to sell these pre-workouts. And what I found in the more recent years, the last 5 years to today, review channels such as ourselves shining the spotlight on these products, I've noticed the caliber of them is getting better, and that's obviously great for you guys at home, great for us, great for the general consumer, because we're actually getting products that work. How does this one fare against all of that? Well, I'm going to start off at the beginning on this product. BetaAlanine, generally speaking, if it's in the product, that's the first thing you feel. So that's why we would start with it. And this one's no different. it's actually underdosed. It's actually about half the dose, just over half the dose we would want to see. But with that being said, surprisingly, I could still feel the beta-alanine on this. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't strong, it wasn't itching your eyeballs out, it wasn't making you itch in places you didn't know exist. It was 5 out of 10 on the itchy tingle scale. So you knew it was in there. It actually did do something, which was, like I say, surprising considering the dosage. Now, what came in next was what I expected, which was more of a... It felt like the brain was actually livening up. It actually felt like a nootropic focus. Tunnel vision came in. And that actually speaks volumes of the label on this one. As you saw in that label section, I personally think this pre-workout is quite heavily pushing towards a focus standpoint. So we look for 3 elements in pre-workout reviews. I would say primarily, now this is based on discretion, primarily your pre-workouts are there for energy. The second most important thing, in our personal opinion, is the focus. And then the third most important thing is the pump. And then we say the pump's the least important because pump can be influenced by so many factors. How hard you train, how much water you've taken on that day, how many carbohydrates, the weather, your general mood, 1,000,001 things. So pump's generally the least important. Now focus for me on this product, very much like the label suggests, was its strongest point. You felt dialed in during your session, focus controlled, driven with an ambition. You know, it's a general sense of well-being on this product. Nothing illicit feeling, nothing highness, no euphoria, absolute mood elevation, just a general nice feeling on it. You feel healthy on this stuff, and that goes in line with what the label suggests. It's a daily driver pre-workout. It's low on energy. It's 200 milligrams of caffeine, guys. Teacrine, okay, a bit of theobromine, very little bit of theobromine in there. Generally speaking, it's a lot lower energy, and that L-theanine obviously in there at the same 1-to-1 ratio with the caffeine is definitely something some people are going to hate. Myself, I don't mind it. Craig doesn't mind it, but the energy is the weakest element on this pre-workout. In fact, in absolute truth, it's not all too much stronger than a pump formula. Obviously, it does have the stimulants in there, but if you are used to pre-workouts, you take pre-workouts in general, this is not a strong pre-workout. In fact, on the power level of pre-workouts, this would probably be about a 4 out of 10. It really would from an energy standpoint. The focus, for me, strongest element of this pre-workout. Like I say, nothing illicit, nothing crazy. Again, in general standpoints of pre-workouts, 8.5 out of 10, it was good. It was good. It was dialed in, a general sense of well-being. You do have enough energy for your pre-workout, for your workout, guys. It won't keep you going after your workout. You do taper down. No crash. Nice, no crash. Just a smooth coming down to a normal level. I would say there's no crash because there's generally no high. When you think about a roller coaster, you're up high and you crash down. This one never takes you high. It's kind of like a train. It keeps you going smooth, keeps you going nice, which very good for a beginner. Okay for an intermediate user. If you're an advanced user of pre-workouts or a stimulant junkie, wouldn't touch the sides for you. That's the absolute bottom dollar of it. Now, pumps, okay on it to good. 7 out of 10. Honest score, 7 out of 10. You know, it's not crazy. It won't blow your mind. Betaine, good dosage. L-citrulline, good dosage. Those two together carry this on through at a 7 out of 10. There's no negatives to the pre-workout. There's no nausea, no sickness, no chills, cold sweats, illness feeling, fevers, no appetite suppression at the end. It's a bodybuilder style pre-workout. And in fact, for someone like John Meadows, this would be ticking boxes. So if you're in that same sort of category as John Meadows, bodybuilder, wants a daily pre-workout that doesn't overstimulate, come with negatives, again, really ticking boxes. Now, with the final 2 important sentences I'll say is the out of 10 score. I'll give it 7.5 out of 10. It's a good pre-workout. It's not an amazing pre-workout. Now, what I will say, again, from the heart, this is, for the price of the product, you can do better. You just can. It's an expensive formula or an expensive product. That's the truth. 3 out of 10. When we concern other products that fall into that 3 out of 10, you know, we are getting more. That's the truth. That being said, I don't know if there are discount codes out there or how often Granite supplements do sales. I would keep your eye out for that. If you can get this product in the 5 to 6 out of 10 on the pricing scale, then we're talking real money. So that's my honest opinion. A low stimulant, good focus, respectable pumps product, suitable for someone who's focused on a goal, wants to use something on a daily basis, bodybuilder style pre-workout without any stim junkie or crazy illicit feels. 7.5 out of 10 on today's score. So yeah, thank you guys for watching along. Have you used the product? Would you use it? All of the goodies, any of John Meadows' memories down below, you know, all the goodies there. And appreciate you guys watching along at home. As always, stay stimmed, Granite style.